My second tip for business professionals with respect to service intelligence, and I love that title because that's exactly what it means, is being intelligent about our IT services. If as a business professional you've been involved either in funding or approving funding for your IT organization to implement IT service management, and this is a very common scenario, there's a tendency to think that what we have to do is take a best practice framework that we find in the industry that's related to service management, we implement it as a project, and that's all we need to do. But that's really only a piece of the puzzle. IT service management practices are really a living and breathing part of the organization, and they need to be resourced properly, they need to be monitored, they need to be managed in an ongoing way, just as you would your business. You wouldn't just implement a product within your business and then leave it to its own devices. You need to keep a pulse on how well that's doing, what the customer's perception of quality is, and all of the things that go along with that. And IT service management is very much the same way. So if you invest in IT service management, make sure that it becomes a living, breathing program or part of the organization, and that's the way to get the best benefit of it. One of the basic tenets within any of the best practice frameworks is that continual improvement is part of the process. And so you need to select the right frameworks or framework. And it doesn't even have to be a best practice framework. If you create your own set of processes that you believe are the best way forward for you to manage services, and I'm not recommending that, but let's just say for argument's sake that you did, that you need to recognize that there's more involved in it. There are the practices themselves, there are the tools that you need to automate and monitor and make those practices efficient. There are the people in your organization, and most importantly, the cultural perception and acceptance of service management practices as a way of doing business. All of those things have to come together. So it's not just about picking a framework, putting a project in place, implementing that, and then expecting it to just run itself. So that's an important tip. Be prepared to invest in your people, your culture, their attitudes, their behaviors, the technologies that support best practices, and the best practices that best represent what it is you're looking for in the way of service practices.